Welcome everyone to this listening part 1, problem solving analysis. Before we get started, I want to remind you that I will be following the listening part 1 problem solving tips and strategies guide from our online library. If you would like to understand that guide more and you want a more in-depth analysis of it, then you can go to the listening part 1 of our library and you will find that video in that section here in the listening part 1. There's a video with tips and strategies, and that video will guide you on some really good tips and strategies to use for listening part 1. For now, I will only go through the pages of that guide, which shows us how we should listen effectively. What can we do? Yes, listen in full sentence mode, not vocabulary mode. That is very important. As well as what information we should focus on while we're listening, understanding the problem and the solutions for part 1. That's very important. And listening to the questions. What can we do to listen to the questions or understand them better? Responding to the questions. Yes, what can we do while we are analyzing the questions, okay? And how we can select the answers better, focusing on grammar, opposite ideas, or vocabulary association. Please look at that guide and it will provide you some more tips and strategies about that. You can also find that video in our YouTube channel, just on the list. Now let's get started with today's analysis. So everyone, I'm here in the CELPIP Library in the listening part 1 problem solving section. And today we are going to do a sample from volume 10, card problem, okay? So I want to remind you that I will be giving you a chance to do the listening yourself. I'm going to play the listening. And then we're going to listen to the questions and I'm going to show you each answer. And you can answer along the way, okay? And then after, we are going to analyze the answers together, okay? So let's remember problem solving. We have to try to understand what is the problem and what are the solutions, okay? And just a quick tip and strategy, especially for lower levels, try to repeat as much information as you can in your head. Try to repeat it, okay? This will help you keep information, and very important, focus on full sentences, not only words, okay? Because that will help you answer questions, especially those questions that are very direct about exact information, okay? As well, if you can take notes, especially higher levels, you should take notes, or if you can take notes, or if you need to take notes, that's good, as long as it doesn't keep you away from the listening, okay? And let's also remember that this is a 3-part conversation. So conversation, questions, okay? All right, let's get started with the listening.
Listening to problem solving. You will hear a conversation in 3 sections. You will hear each section only once. After each section, you will hear 2 or 3 questions. You will hear the questions only once. Choose the best answer to each question. Hey there, are you having some trouble with your car?
Yeah, it won't start.
Maybe I could take a quick look at it for you.
Well, I don't want to bother you.
Really, it's no bother. I'm just meeting with two friends from work a bit later. Let's see. Your oil seems fine and you have enough gas. How long have you been parked here? Did you leave anything on?
For the last several hours, actually, from 8 this morning. Other than my front lights, I turned everything off. It's strange. I've never had problems with this car since I bought it 5 years ago.
All right. I think I know what your problem is. Since you left your front lights on, the car battery is now dead. The good news is that this is an easy problem to fix.
Really? That's great because I don't want to be late for a very important meeting. It's with my son's teacher.
Question 1. What is this conversation about?
The man doesn't know about cars. The man started his car. The man's car broke down. The woman wants to learn about fixing cars.
Question 2. How long has the man owned his car?
Not too long, for a long time, several years, a decade.
Question 3. What did the man forget to do?
Follow regular routine. Get new lights. Change the battery. Fix the car.
Now listen to part 2.
I have some special cables called jumper cables that will join our car batteries together. When I start my car, electricity from my battery will travel to your battery.
Really? And that should be enough to get my car going again?
Hopefully. First, I'll drive my car over here so our cars are facing each other. That way, the cars will be close enough for me to connect the cables.
Cool. I'm interested to see how this works.
All right, I've connected the cables. Now start your car.
Okay, let's hope this works. Wow, it started. How did you know what to do?
Working on cars is my job. I'm a mechanic. Now, just leave your car running for at least 15 minutes so your car's battery has enough time to recharge. You can either wait at the gas station parking lot over there or start driving.
Okay, great.
Question 4. Why does the woman have to drive her car?
To change batteries. To give the man a ride. To charge her car. To get closer to the man's car.
Question 5. What will the man most likely do next?
Get new lights. Get a new battery. Listen to the woman's advice. Turn his car off.
Now listen to part 3.
You know, my son wants to be a mechanic. He'll be excited to hear that a real mechanic helped me. He's a smart little guy.
That's nice to hear. Tell him it's a fun job.
I will. Now I need to get myself some jumper cables. And in case something else breaks down, are there some things you suggest I keep in my car? Maybe a repair manual, a gas can, some wiper fluid?
Those are all good things to have in your car. But Most importantly, you should make sure you have a spare tire and some basic tools to change it. You can also go online and make your own list.
Sounds good. Oh, look at the time. I need to be at school soon. Thank you so much for your help.
You're welcome.
Question 6. Which item does the woman think is most important?
A new battery, helpful equipment, jumper cables, a mechanic guide.
Question 7. What is likely true about the man?
He doesn't like to fix cars. He likes to work on cars. He's not car smart. He's not a safe driver.
Question 8. What does the woman recommend?
You can't find information online. It's better to read about mechanics. You should be prepared for the road. You should know about cars. Okay, everyone, let's now analyze the answers. So let's have the script here. Let's look at question 1. What is the conversation about? Okay. So we had here the man doesn't know about cars. He doesn't. The man started, not started. His car won't start. The man's car broke down. I remember breakdown or the car broke down means the car stopped working. I think this is the answer. The woman wants to learn about fixing cars. She's actually, maybe she knows that. I think it's C. Let's make sure. Hey there, are you having some trouble with your car? Yes, it won't start. Okay, there we go. The man's car broke down. It didn't start. Now, what does the woman says? She knows about. All right, I think I know what your problem is. Since you left your front lights on, the car battery is now dead. The good news is that this is an easy problem to fix. So the car battery is dead, so the car won't start. Okay. Number 2, how long has the man owned his car? It's set over here. For the last several hours, actually from 8 this morning. Other than my front lights, I turned everything off. It's strange. I've never had problems with this car since I bought it 5 years ago. 5 years ago? Not too long. 5 years is a long time. Several years, a few, 2, 3, a decade, 10. So for a long time. Because for a long time, several years is like 2 or 3. For a long time is 5 years is a long time. What did the man forget to do? So we read that, right? I think I know what your problem is. Since you left your front lights on, the car battery is now dead. Follow regular routine. Get new lights. Change the battery. Fix the car. So not about fixing the car, and about the battery, he left the lights on so the battery is not now dead, so not change the battery. So it has to be follow regular routine. And what does that mean? Regular routine means something you usually have to do. Regular routine, usually do something. And, well, when you get out of the car, you have to turn off the lights. So he didn't do that. Okay. So that was a tricky one there. Question 4. Why does the woman have to drive her car? Well, let's check here. Okay. I have some special cables called jumper cables that will join our car batteries together. When I start my car, electricity from my battery will travel to your battery. Hopefully, first I'll drive my car over here so our cars are facing each other. That way, the cars will be close enough for me to connect the cables. To change batteries, not change batteries, right? Charge. To give the man a ride, no. To charge her car, no. So to get closer to the man's car, that's what it is. Question 5. What will the man most likely do next? These most likely questions, they're indirect. Not exactly, doesn't exactly say, but we have to imagine or think from the information. Okay, so get new lights. It wasn't about lights. Get a new battery, maybe. Listen to the woman's advice. Maybe. Turn his car off. No. I would say it's listen to the woman's advice. His battery is not the problem. The problem is that he didn't turn off the lights. So maybe it's listen to the woman's advice. Now let's look here. Cool, I'm interested to see how this works. All right, I've connected the cables. Now start your car. Okay, let's hope this works. Wow, it started. How did you know what to do? Working on cars is my job. I'm a mechanic, so she's a mechanic. She fixes cars. Wow. Now, just leave your car running for at least 15 minutes so your car battery has enough time to recharge. You can either wait at the gas station parking lot over there or start driving. So, she tells him what to do, and he says, okay, great. And she's a mechanic, so that's the reason why he would probably listen to the woman's advice, okay? Question 6. Which item does the woman think is important? My son wants to be a mechanic. He'll be excited to hear that a real mechanic helped me. He's a smart little guy. Tell him it's a fun job. Now, I need to get myself some jumper cables, and in case something else breaks down, are there any things you suggest I keep in my car? Maybe a repair manual, a gas can, some wiper fluid? Those are all good things, but most importantly, you should make sure you have a spare tire and some basic tools to change it. You can also go online and make your own list. She didn't say about a new battery. Helpful equipment. Jumper cables. He said jumper cables. A mechanic guide is what he said. So she mentions helpful equipment. Spare tire and basic tools to change it. He said the repair manual. Okay, and jumper cables. Question 7, what is likely true about the man? So again, we have to imagine from what we read. He doesn't like to fix cars, maybe. He likes to work, definitely not, because he doesn't know about it. He's not car smart. He doesn't know about cars. He's not a safe driver. We don't know about safety, so C. He doesn't know how to change. Well, he doesn't know about what to keep in his car. He doesn't know about the battery being dead, so not car smart. I'm not car smart either. Many guys like that. What does the woman recommend? You can't find car information online. She actually said you can. It's better to read about mechanics. Not sure about reading. You should be prepared for the road. This should be the answer. She says a spare tire and equipment to change it. You should know about cars. So, because she says here that you should have this in your car, because what she's suggesting is that you have to be prepared in case something happens. Okay, everyone. Very good. Okay, I'm pretty sure we got everything correct here. Did? Okay. Now, if you'd like to review the answers, you can review the answers over here. Okay, and also, I strongly recommend that to practice, you should read the scripts. Reading the scripts and reading them fluently will really help you retain this kind of language, which will be useful for many parts on the CELPIP exam. And also, I'm going to leave a link in the description box to practice a review of the one we just did. Same audio, okay, same audio, but different questions and timed. So you can do it according to the time. Okay. And so I will leave that link in the description box for you to practice on your own, and hopefully you can build your skills. And lastly, don't forget about the CELPIP Library. We did an example from Volume 10, and we have over 50, 60 examples and version 2s in many parts. Some of the current past CELPIP exam samples and some of our own, which all will be very beneficial to improve your listening skills. Don't forget, everyone, practice makes perfect. I would like to remind you that if you're looking for some more listening, reading, writing, or speaking CELPIP exam practice, then you should definitely subscribe to our CELPIP Library. The CELPIP Library has hundreds of examples of listening, reading, writing, and speaking, which will help you develop your score, whatever the score you need. Also, the library contains vocabulary, listening skills, reading skills, grammar, and writing skills exercises, which will really help you improve your general understanding of English and also for the exam. So, and you can purchase a 1-month pass or a 2-month or a 3-month subscription for a very low price. And of course, if you really enjoyed this content, then please like this video, share it, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way we will keep on producing more CELPIP analysis for your development. Have a great day.